Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last reading of this year, December 31st, 2021. But whenever you see this will be the right time for your messages. All right, well, let's see what's going on. Last day of the year, we have this energy of the Ten of Pentacles with the Devil. Okay, what does that mean? So this is an energy of really looking at obviously, being the last day of the year, we're closing out cycles, a 10 being endings. So, things ending, so there could be new beginnings, right? So, with the 10 of Pentacles, it's looking at what you have worked on in your relationships. Pentacles represent our physical accomplishments. So this is looking at your finances, what you've completed in your home life or your work or your, financial projects, school, things that you have built. Okay. And with the Devil alongside that, this is really looking at, your attachments to these very things. Okay. And so we're in this energy of really looking at how we are maybe even obsessed with financial gain, or maybe there's been some obsession and attachment to, having that happily ever after in the family and home. Maybe some of you have really been trying to find a partner to start a family with, or just to, partner up in life with. And maybe there's some attachments, and there could be some maybe obsessions on how that looks for you. Some of you might be attached to the finances, and really looking at how you have maybe negatively been attaching yourself to a particular financial goal or financial gains. Okay. This could also be like having an obsession with money, an obsession with how your home life has to look, has to be. It could be an obsession with, what your finances have to look like and have to be. Maybe some of you have been attached to maybe your work, and sometimes that can impact us negatively because our relationships suffer. Or even if you are really driven and a workaholic, maybe trying to, you can't have fun because you're so obsessed with gaining that money and having that financial gain, or that reaching that financial goal. And it's good to, yes, have goals and work hard, but sometimes you have to look at where your attachments lie, and if they are negative, maybe are you too obsessed with a particular goal? Are you some of us might be a little too attached to material things, material wealth. Okay. Others of you, this could be about relationships and family life and home life, and where your attachments have been impacting you in maybe a negative way. Maybe you have been really obsessing about how a home life has to look, or really obsessing about, maybe really attached to, what a relationship has to be like, and really maybe it has affected you negatively. Maybe you have, been obsessing about, partnering up with someone, and sometimes ignoring things just so you could have a partner. In other words, are you too attached to the idea of this happily ever after that you are allowing for people to be in your life that have a negative impact? That maybe you are overlooking certain toxic behaviors and patterns either within yourself or with other people. This could be related to partnerships in business and family and romance, and your relationship to money. How are you attached to that, and how is that attachment affecting you either in a positive or negative way? So with the devil, it's really, looking at our obsessions, our behaviors, our thought patterns that are keeping us tied and bound to something. And, with this 10 of Pentacles, it could be keeping you tied to maybe, an idea of what your finances are going to look like, or maybe keeping you, tied to some sort of relationship just so you could say you have that relationship, right? So this is really, looking at our patterns, our habits, and, the cycles that we maybe have been stuck to and repeating in our home life and our relationships, okay, with money, with our job, with our family, with our romantic partnerships, okay, all of that. So that's definitely, something that we're looking at here closing the year, and really perhaps really trying to, detach yourself from these toxic people, these negative thoughts, these toxic behaviors that have been associated perhaps with your financial gain or your relationships, okay? And we have the challenge here with the Five of Swords, which again is about negative thinking, and really being in your head and maybe um, overthinking things, having negative self-talk, uh, and it's with the Son of Discs or the Knight of Discs or Pentacles in the reverse. So you're having a hard time releasing maybe some negative thought patterns. Okay, that's where this Devil comes in. The attachments to negative patterning, negative thinking, getting too stuck in your head. And some of you may be feeling, having a hard time figuring out what to focus on. Maybe you have had a goal that you did not reach, okay, and that's why you have this attachment. Maybe you did not reach a financial goal or some sort of goal that you maybe had in romance or, in your home life. And that's keeping you trapped in a negative thinking cycle, okay? And maybe feeling like you missed your goal, you missed the mark, maybe not sure, maybe feeling bad because you haven't reached some sort of goal that you had set for yourself that maybe has been something you were really attached to in a negative way, because it's a challenge here to get out of that negative thinking and feeling maybe defeated and like you didn't accomplish enough, or you didn't accomplish something that you were obsessed with. Okay, whether that was some sort of financial goal or a goal in romance and love or in your home. Some of you might have been trying to, buy a home or move or set down roots, and you had a real attachment to that and maybe didn't quite reach that goal that you had set for yourself, and it's keeping you in a negative headspace, okay, and making you feel maybe defeated, feeling very trapped in your own negative thinking. Okay, so with that though, we do have this outcome of the Queen of Swords with the Moon. So all of this negative thinking and maybe the 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 thoughts and the goals that maybe you did not reach, maybe you're having a hard time gaining clarity on, what to go after and how to pursue these goals. And there's a lot of things that are unknown, okay, and fears that have come up. And what's kind of, potentially happen here is with the Queen of Swords, see her crown chakra here and her crown lit up, and the stars coming from the divine, because you will get some clarity. Okay, this is about clear communication with yourself and with, your higher self, the divine, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it, the universe, the unknown, because the moon is about fears and your your subconscious fears coming up, your fears of the unknown, and being able to accept those things and to embrace them and know that you're going to be okay. And with the Queen of Swords, there's going to be some clarity coming in, and you are going to be able to maybe um, have some clear thoughts about, what your fears are and what has been maybe blocking you. And these, what your devils have been, your attachments. These are also obsessions and fears with the devil. So you're going to have some clarity coming in soon and some clear vision again, and be able to really communicate what it is that you want, with yourself, with other people, and, just telling the universe. And with this moon card, things are going to be illuminated. This is all about illumination, getting clarity, and, being able to trust in the universe and trust in the unknown and face your fears and embrace your fears of the unknown. It's scary sometimes when we think about, not knowing what's going to happen. We have had a rough couple of years with around the world with this whole pandemic. So a lot of us are, have had to face fears and in a very real way. Okay, so there's definitely some clarity coming, some energy of being able to be open to the unknown, be open to your dreams too. Okay, a lot of you may be getting some visions soon, some very um, deep either intuition thoughts and visions, or you might have dreams that are very vivid. Okay, so pay attention to anything that comes up in your dreams. All right, because those will be messages coming in from your guides and from your higher self. And there's definitely clarity coming in and a time for having vision again. And, we had this energy yesterday, so there's definitely clarity coming in and, getting very mental. Right now, you're maybe having a challenge with negative thinking and being stuck in your head in a negative way, but coming soon, you'll be able to really be more open to your visions and be more open to some clarity of, things being illuminated, things that maybe have been deep in your subconscious coming up and illuminating you, helping you to release any fears and attachments to fears of the unknown and of the future that you might have. Because sometimes the future is scary, especially, because there's always unknown things that may happen, right? Okay, let's talk to the unicorns here. See what their message is for this last day of the year. My sweet unicorns. What do you have to say for this last day? True. It's all true. Yes, it's true. What you're asking about is true. So whatever is on your mind, whatever you're asking, the unicorns are saying, yes, it's true. So, this is going to be different for all of you. But this is also just about, truth, divine truth. See, again, the illumination from the heavens, from the sky, which represents our mental clarity and our divine guidance here with the Queen of Swords. You are going to get some truth and some clarity that is going to help you face those fears of the unknown. Okay, because right now you're maybe stuck in a cycle of negative thinking, of maybe feeling like you haven't reached your goals because you've been attached to the very goals that you've set. Sometimes we get so attached and obsessed it could affect us in a negative way, that we don't leave room for possibilities and things, the unknown happening. Okay, we get so focused on the outcome that we want and that we're attached to, right? So we've got to leave room to be open to new inspiration, new information, and truth, personal truths and divine truths that will come through. Let's get a message here from the Mystic Sister deck. See what goddess energy wants to guide us today on this last day of the year, December 31st. Okay. What do we have there? Oh, it's the dragonfly goddess. How beautiful. And again, going with that theme of illumination, you see that the light behind her being illuminated, right? Dragonfly, in traditionally, that medicine represents illusion, okay? And that's also, the moon, illusions, mysteries. So I'm going to place her here. And let me just read what the guidance says here in the book. Dragonfly goddess. Okay. She's about truth, authenticity, and honesty. Queen of Swords. Super honest. Sometimes so honest she cuts through the bullshit, excuse my language, with that sword. She's super honest, which sometimes can be taken, she could be a little too honest and abrasive. So be careful being abrasive with your words and communication. So yes, okay. As imperfect beings, we often make the mistake of judging a person, their situation, or ourselves on a faulty premise. As a result, we find ourselves in a labyrinth of misunderstanding and confusion. Right here. Misunderstanding and confusion, right? Negative thinking. The dragonfly goddess compels you to awaken to the truth. The truth. Okay? Oh, sorry. Awaken to the truth. To no longer deceive yourself. She shines light on pure reality, and the revelations can be both freeing and sometimes uncomfortable. She calls you to integrate your spirit and mind, your inner self, with your outer persona to exteriorize your soul. It is a call to action, and the situation requires sensitivity to be effective. Speak your truth with kindness and compassion, okay? Speaking your truth, all right? But again, sometimes the Queen of Swords can be icy and cold, so remember, be kind and compassionate. Try to absorb new information from messengers without taking offense, which would only distract you and continue the cycle of self-deceit, okay? Negative cycles. Empathy for others and curiosity about widening your perspective is required. Wow. Okay. So yeah, goes along with everything here that is being presented here. Definitely. All right. Speaking your truth, getting away from the negative cycles and the negative thinking. Okay. Same thing with this Five of Swords, right? Getting out of that negative thinking, finding some compassion, being able to trust in the unknown and in the new information that is going to be revealed, and being able to be clear and communicate that and be, truth, speaking your truth. But remember, compassion and kindness go a long way, okay? And it starts with yourself, right? And then we put it out to others. All right, my loves, I am going to leave it there, okay? And I hope that you all heard a message that was helpful. And I wish you all a very healthy, happy, and blessed new year. And let's see what we got going on next year. I'll see you then. Love and light.